Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Tetcher, and I am doing a giveaway of 55 keys for the Heroes of the Storm beta in the EU region. If you want information on how to enter, click the link in the description below. Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Tetcher, and for once, I am coming to you on my own, which had nothing to do with a caster disconnect this time. This time, there just wasn't enough spaces going on, so my co-caster, Paul GXXShock, decided to go off and do some viewer games live on stream, and I found a game with one slot left. The current score is 1-0 to the team that I shall introduce first on the right-hand side. So, ladies and gentlemen, currently 1-0 up in the red trunks, it is Team Acer. And spawning as the Tyrael, we have Zon. Spawning as the Ufa, now permanent addition to Team Acer, we have A-Pony. Spawning as the Valor, we have Zypho. The Nazibo is Hollow. And in the top lane, we have Greenout. Whereas on the left-hand side, currently 0-1 down, but this is their chance to even up the score. We have HotsLogs Elite. And playing as the Tychus, we have Gordon. Liquid will be running as the Kerrigan today. Sonera is the Arthas heading up to the top lane, maybe to try and get a pick off. Kendrick Swish on his patented Tassadar with the Master Skin. And in the bot lane, for some reason as Lily, it is Hoss. So, like I said, I will be solo casting this for you today, as this is a game I could get into. This could just be a one-game video, due to the fact that Acer are, like I said, 1-0 up, and it is a best of 3 series. Right now, we can see that it is a party lane in the bot lane, with Zypho, A-Pony, and Acer Hollow for Acer, and they're just going to try and push back Hoss. He should be pretty fine. He can heal himself pretty effectively, and that Water Dragon will harass for him while he micros as much as he can, but he's going to have a very difficult job defending this. And as we can see, we do see Sonera and Liquid heading down to this bot lane to assist Hoss as much as possible, because they don't want to have all of their lane pushed in this early in the game. Knight will be starting in 23 seconds, and looking at the quickly at the talents, we can see that it is the Bribe for Brightwing. It is the regular talents for pretty much everyone. Permanent health and mana for Nazibo with Death Ritual. The mana regen for Ufa. Some people take Reach, but not too usual. And it's going to be the range increase for Tassadar. Otherwise, pretty much everything as standard. The damage on Smite, etc. Sonera getting revealed by a very nice spider shot there and the multi-shot. And this is going to force Liquid to back out, but Liquid actually in a bad position here thanks to A-Pony dropping the stun. Zon has come in as well, but Kendrick Swish comes in to deal some extra damage. Sonera and Liquid both very low. Kendrick Swish dropping as much shield and damage as he can. Hoss also coming from the side, but his heal goes on to Kendrick Swish, and he didn't have it on cooldown for Sonera, but they also take down Tyrael in the process. A 1-for-1 trade, and we did see HotsLogs Elite actually steal quite a few seeds there from Team Acer, so actually a very decent job by them. Liquid moving to the bot lane, he's going to start soaking up XP while the rest of his team grab those smaller Shambler camps. Hoss having to back up, his passive has been popped, so he should be able to get out of here with relative ease. And Kendrick Swish, he did still have his phase shift, his dimensional shift up, so he is pretty fine. He's going to head to the mid lane, soak that up, and while this has been happening, Gordon has been in the top lane, happily soaking up XP, and he got the majority of these seeds from the Shambers. Just picked one up there that even I didn't see. It was hidden. Also, Elite moving out onto the map, looking for their opportunity to maybe get a kill. A-Pony does spot Sonera and Liquid heading to this easy camp. They're looking to raid this. Brightwing comes in. They are out. It is currently 3 versus 3. Sorry, 4 versus 3, thanks to Tyrael. And in comes Zypho as well. Pretty much everyone is here, and down goes Arthas and Tyrael. So once again, a 1-for-1 trade. Healing Totem has now expired, but HotsLogs Elite still here, looking to get in, but Gordon was not quick enough to dash into that circle. Liquid being dropped very low. Healing Totem will heal him up though, but Gordon's now very low. Gordon is very low now. Hollow is very, very low in the back. He's going to be backing up there to keep himself alive as much as possible, not choosing to re-engage with a couple spiders. Zypho, about a third health, but he's pretty comfortable being out here with his Volt. And the fact that HotsLogs Elite are more than likely going to be taking this Terror. Nothing he can really do about it. Two stunned members there. A bit sloppy, but nothing terrible. They can heal that back up, and they're probably going to be going Fountain after this anyway. And HotsLogs Elite grabbed the majority of the seeds. Almost missed a couple there. If Zon had actually teleported onto his Elderwind's Might, he would have been able to pick up those seeds. So we do see Quite a few members of HotsLogs Elite going for fountains, going B when they need, if they need to. Liquid will in fact be going B. And the rest of HotsLogs Elite heading up to this mid and top lane. Maybe get some mercenaries, maybe see if they can pick off a pony here, who's very much out of position. Root does land. He's been dropped low. Gordon is being harassed pretty heavily by all of the minions in the world. And now a pony is turning onto Sonera here. There comes the Arcane Barrage out of Brightwing, and they are able to pick off Arthas again, going a bit too ham. So we are seeing Acer finally take a lead in kills, but in comes Liquid as the Plant Terror. He was able to pick that up while this was going on, and he is now going to put a huge amount of pressure on, and now Acer have to make the decision. Do they send a lot of people to help defend against Liquid and possibly die in a fight, or do they take the Shambler? And they have chosen to send people to defend against Liquid, which is the correct choice. He will be backing up here and waiting for another opportunity to engage. Otherwise, having a look at this, talent's pretty regular. Sonera, though, getting caught out again, but with Liquid here, he's going to be able to get out. And we're seeing Zon dropping very low. He could get caught out again. Brightwing teleporting back in. And kill count still in favour of Team Acer here, but they're going to be doing huge amount. But we're still seeing Liquid do a lot of damage. He's now pretty out of position, though, for when he pops out of this. He's going to be chasing Hollow here, trying to pick him off, and he might actually get him thanks to that polymorph being dropped very low. There was a heal coming in from someone, and they're trying to get him. I think that was a healing globe. And Hollow will probably escape from there. Nope, down he goes with a final hit. Now it's a pony who's been turned on. There's the stun. Liquid wailing on him, takes him down. Valor is now running in the other direction. We've seen Tyrael go down again. It's now Greed out, being chased, slowed by Arthas, and the Terror takes him down with 1 second to go. And very well played by HotsLogs Elite, immediately turning this on its head and doubling Acer's kill count. They're also going to be able to easily take down this 4 as the bulb was still active. When the Terror went down, he was able to activate it the second before he did, and HotsLogs Elite will probably be able to get this Garden Terror over here as well. They're going to clear this up very quickly. Sonera, though, once again getting stunned, needs to be careful with that. He is doing damage over time with Frozen Wastes, but Frozen Tempest, sorry, but I'm still not too comfortable with him just letting himself get stunned when he doesn't know where the rest of the team is. We are, while HotsLogs Elite are taking the Bruiser camp of Team Acer, Acer have managed to raid the jungle of HotsLogs Elite, and they will be picking up their easy camp rather than the hard camp. But stealing mercenaries is stealing mercenaries for both teams, and Acer gonna be backing up out of there. There's the retreat ping from Acer, so they're pretty out of here. But a pony actually gets demounted by the water dragon from Hoss there on Sonera. But they won't get anyone. We are going to see Acer just back up, playing it safe. Nice zombie wall there from Nazibo, able to create a nice zoning area there. And HotsLogs Elite now going to be pretty safe to clear up this here hard camp, and this easy camp, and take their own hard camp. Brightwing is in the top lane. She'll be able to take this down. Going to take her a while, but once the minions and the towers getting involved, she will be able to clear this up with minimum damage and only well, we're probably taking quite a lot of the tower armor, as we can see. It's taken over half from each tower. Not terrible, but obviously not the best position to be in for when the next push does come from HotsLogs Elite, and they have taken their own Bruiser camp as well, looking to once again, with Liquid, raid into the enemy jungle. Liquid has spotted Zypho. That is the target he wants, and Zypho, with the nice Volt, is able to escape. Volt does hit a pony, but choosing not to engage on it. And a player we should be looking out for in this match, as I've mentioned in previous casts, is Liquid. His Kerrigan is very solid. This is a comp very similar to what we've seen in the run before, but Liquid has been pretty consistent on his Kerrigan forever, basically. And Pony getting the stun off, but doesn't actually get much else done from that. Where's the Divine Storm? We might see it here. It is available. Down it goes. It does get Kerrigan here. The Ravenous Spirit doing huge amounts of damage. It's going to take down Liquid here. And down it goes with the help of Tyrael, who does teleport out of there. They take down Kerrigan. No one else has gone down, but now Zon is locked in. He doesn't have Elduin's might to get out, but he does polymorph Gordon, but Gordon was in Odin form, so he's able to do the damage and take it down. Manages to first aid himself from dying. Very nice here by HotsLogs Elite, managing to even up the kills there. Not too terrible. So they now, though, have to defend against these Siege Giants as well as they can, where Acer looking to try and push this in as much as possible. HotsLogs going for the chase here, really, with the heal onto Sonera. And yeah, Acer just going to back up, playing it safe. Grenade does not stop Zypho going B to get mana. But, so, not a terrible position. They did take down both of the towers and the gate from HotsLogs Elite, though. So, very nice job by Acer. HotsLogs Elite, though, still keeping the level lead thanks to this fort they took in the top lane. So they will be able to keep control of this game for now. Next night will be happening in, I think, about a minute. Oh, well, 30 seconds. I was pretty close. We're seeing Gordon taking this hard camp while he can. Just get some push going for when the night starts. The rest of his team will be rolling in to help him here. 18 seconds until night starts. Kendrick's Wish having to back up, does Oracle and spot all those members there. And with the long range storm, gets a little bit of harass, just showing his dominance basically. You want to try and get your opposing team scared of you. Anytime you can harass them, stop them mounting, do anything of the sort, it is a good scenario. Gordon, in fact, and Sonera going in here. They're going in for full engagement. In comes the Ravenous Spirit from behind the wall. Liquid gets the disruption, though. Hoslo with the heal, doing huge amounts of healing, and he's not being disrupted. He's healing up Sonera, keeping him alive. Liquid is now the target of the heal, but Liquid does drop low, and he does go down. Tyrael joins him very shortly. Sonera backing up to try and dodge the Tyrael explosion, but does not. But it was still a 1-for-1 kill. And Gordon going to be backing up. His Odin has expired. Zypho giving chase here. And it's a 4 versus 3 because Nazibo did just be back to base rather than join in the chase. So we are going to see Acer head up and just try and grab what they can here while they still can. HotsLogs Elite, though, still with the number advantage due to the fact that Nazibo has not yet arrived. So if they move in right now, they might be able to pick someone up. But choosing not to. Kerrigan has just respawned as well as Tyrael. Tyrael a bit closer to the action than Kerrigan, and Kerrigan is in fact heading to the bot lane with the rest of HotsLogs Elite joining her to make sure that they can try and get as much siege as possible. They're not going to contest, and they can get a guaranteed terror by rolling down here and taking all the seeds. HotsLogs Elite moving on to the Little Shamblers on the side of Acer, and Acer moving in. A-Pony using a sprint already, but did not have a good angle to get a Divine Storm. So he backed out. He just used a simple stun, but there's the Judgment coming onto Sonera. A-Pony looking for his angle there. Gets another stun onto Sonera. Where is the stun? He gets envenomed. He needs to drop his Divine Storm in order to try and help as much as he can here. All the ults have been popped from HotsLogs Elite. The Ravenous Spirit doing huge amounts of damage, and with that Emerald Wind, they were able to disengage. Very, very solid there. And something I have neglected to mention, in fact, is we are seeing a double support comp being run here by Acer with the Brightwing and the Uther. Seems to be working quite well for them. We just saw it in the last match that I cast. SK used it to great effect over their opponents, which was Team Refuse. So we will see if it's as effective for Team Acer as it was for SK. And we've seen it in the past as well, but right now, the majority of Acer being back to base, making sure they have mana, making sure they have health, so that they are in optimum fighting position to defend against this terror. There's no way they can contest this top one now. HotsLogs Elite will be grabbing the remainder of the seeds from this, and that will give them a lot towards their next terror. Sonera does get visioned by the Oracle of... actually, no, I'm not sure what getting visioned. I think that was a spider. Sonera going to be backing out. He doesn't want to fight without his team. He's wasted a bit of health, almost half in fact, but he's still going to get his harassment down. And now that his team is here, he is more comfortable using that plant terror health to get as much done as possible. And we'll probably see him rotate around, try and get a good angle here. Zypho is already waiting though. There's the polymorph to prevent people chasing. And he's going to move down to the bot lane and get damage done there as well. And since the new update, we do know that towers do give XP as well as, I don't know if walls give XP now, but towers and forts definitely give XP. So this is what he's doing. He's moving to the bottom lane, grabbing as much XP as possible from this area, and the wall does not give XP. It appears to just be towers and the fort. And there we go. Sonera using the remainder of that plant health. So that's 20 seconds left, but just using all of the health he has. And there we go. Here is the full fight. Hoss popping his heal, staying as far away from the CC as possible to make sure it does not get interrupted. Gordon, that Odin popped almost instantly. The Vengeful Spirit, though, not actually doing that much. It's chasing down Gordon, but it does not take him down. Hollow is trying to just deal any damage he can. Now Zon has had to back out due to pretty much being dead. Zypho looking for a good angle onto Gordon here. A-Pony having to heal himself, so it's not going to be used on Zon, so they're going to have not much more frontline. But Kerrigan did go down due to the fact that she was the frontline there. And this does mean that HotsLogs Elite, even though there's a lot of very low members on the side of Acer, are going to be the ones who have to back up because they just didn't have the health, they didn't have their ultimates, they didn't have the opportunity to go in and fight. Kerrigan is now back up, ultimate already ready. It's quite a short cooldown, and she did use it very early in that fight. So they're going to be moving in. This hard camp, though, already gone, but they're going to try and take down Zon in the meantime, but he has already teleported out, and the zombie wall will demount Liquid. Liquid continuing to chase, though. He's on his own here. That's very risky, but we're going to see A-Pony sprint out of there. They choose not to turn onto Liquid. They might have been able to pick him off, but it would have put them in a good position for HotsLogs Elite to continue the engage. Maybe get routed by Arthurs, etc. So not a bad decision to retreat there at all. While the teams are both clearing stuff, actually, I will wait for a second before I go over the talents, because HotsLogs Elite, once again, rolling in to Acer's jungle, and they're looking for an opportunity to see if they can steal stuff. There's a Bruiser camp here, but in comes Team Acer, looking for their opportunity. Divine Storm did go down, didn't really get much, but Liquid, once again, gonna be picked off. He's just so squishy at the moment. Sonera being dropped very low, but the majority of Hoss's healing went onto him. Didn't even try to heal Tassadar there. Gordon now being dropped low. Hoss dropping any heals he can onto him. Gordon finally is able to get out thanks to the route from Sonera. Acer going to continue the chase, though. He's not done. He's going to keep going with the caster side. He's able to slow down Sonera. Sonera popping his ult to try and keep himself alive. Body blocks coming in. Another caster side from Sonera. There's the body block. He goes down. Gordon throws in a grenade just for some semblance of more like just holding a broom up against the enemy team. Like, shoo, get away from our base. And has very little effect. But the meaning is well intended. Gonna see players from Team Acer heading back to base. It's actually very little for them to take on the map other than their own mercenaries here. And right now they seem quite indecisive about what they're going to do. Greenouts just sort of sitting here. There we go. They were waiting for the night to happen. But I think they could have probably got their own mercenaries in the meantime and still had enough time to turn around and start getting those seeds. So I'm a bit unsure about that. The waiting around still confuses me a bit, but they are the professional team. I am the caster. We are seeing Acer starting on this top terror, and unsurprisingly, we see HotsLogs Elite reacting by heading to the bot lane and grabbing as many seeds as they can from here. Both teams are going to have enough for a terror here. Is this, I think this is Acer's first terror of the game, so we will see how they use that to their advantage. That's a terror and a lot of extra seeds. HotsLogs Elite choosing not to start on that terror, going to be patient. They don't want to get caught out by Acer, but Acer not heading down there at all. HotsLogs Elite could have easily grabbed this while Acer were taking these mercenaries. So HotsLogs Elite, bit of a mistake, but there's no way they could have known unless they had vision, and they couldn't because, well, Castar's all the way over here. Going to be seeing Acer, we're going to be seeing HotsLogs Elite finally clearing this up, but they've left it quite late. Acer, very uninterested in this though. They're instead going to be rolling across the map and to try and deal some counter damage to HotsLogs Elite. They have managed to get themselves ahead in levels thanks to some of those really beneficial team fights, and taking down these buildings is just going to extend their lead. And this is what they're trying to do here. Taking down that fort is the first fort they've taken down in the game. Bottom fort just went down to HotsLogs Elite as well, and now their terror, having done its damage, is on its way to their mid lane to assist and try and do what it can. A-Pony is going to be there to try and slow down Liquid and just waste that duration as much as possible. Holo is, however, struggling to find some good angles here. He's actually being pushed back fairly efficiently. Root goes down. The Bulb, though, not being killed very quickly at all. Liquid acting as the front line here, along with Arthas, both of them looking for an opportunity to maybe get a good engagement. Hoss gets polymorph there. Needs to be very, very careful. Oh, nice cast aside, knocking a Sonera into the polymorph. Doesn't actually do that much, but it was very cool to see. Although, already about half health, and with the shorter duration left on his plant terror. So, they could see HotsLogs Elite get a very nice turnaround engagement if Acer are not careful and overstay their welcome. 25 seconds left on the red team plant terror, whereas we have 28 left on the blue team. So it's currently 25 to 16. Sonera, once again being engaged upon, but it's just healing up so much. There we go, there's the engagement, but it's going to be Tychus that went down. The engagement happened from Acer. They have not overstayed their welcome. They're using what they have while they still have it. And we're seeing huge engagements coming out here from Acer, doing as much damage as they can. Holo finally out of his plant terror, doing any damage he can. They're going to pop Liquid out as well. Zon will survive by the looks of it, though. Pony stuns Liquid as well. There's the Ravenous Spirit. They're continuing this fight as much as they can. Holo, no interruptions coming for him. Hoss has dropped his ultimate to try and save his team, and he will keep them alive this time. And Acer, they do not want to stay here for much longer, but they really want this keep, and they should be able to get it with how low the members of HotsLogs Elite are. And there we go. They will clear this up, and they have to retreat now. Staying here any longer would be a huge risk. Now all they need to do is to head to the other lanes, head to the mercenary camps, steal everything they can, keep the pressure on HotsLogs Elite, and get themselves level 20. They were thinking about taking this hard camp, but HotsLogs have rolled their way in and made sure that that is not going to happen. Sonera finally going to take this hard camp for HotsLogs Elite, just to try and get some semblance of mercenary presence on the field. In the meantime, Team Acer taking everything else they can. They're starting on their easy camp, choosing not to split up and go for their own hard camp or for maybe the enemy easy camp. Instead, continuing to group, making sure that they are together and none of their members do get caught, and maybe helping them catch out members of HotsLogs Elite like this. Liquid gets stunned. The entire team gets stunned. In fact, Liquid is definitely going down. Very nice Emerald win there. Hoss gets engaged upon with the Judgment. He pops his ultimate again. It is already back up, and it's mostly going on to Sonera, keeping him alive. Gordon is coming in from the top with the Odin. This could have been a bit of an overextension by Team Acer here. Zon being dropped very low again, but he's still alive. Lots of healing coming down here, and he still has a lot of damage to give. Hollow in the back, doing so much damage, and there's nothing to stop him. Actually, I think he was just stopped by something. It might have been a grenade. But A-Pony and Zon are both too low to continue this fight. Zon won't survive thanks to the grenade, and Hollow using his sprint, trying to stay alive, but his sprint has now expired, and the slow from Arthas will be able to catch him. Nice route as well, and we might actually see Zypho go down if Sonera can keep this going. Hoss continuing the healing, and Zypho does go down. An overextension out of Acer there. They got a very nice engagement picking off Kerrigan, but they used so many abilities to do it that HotsLogs Elite were able to turn around, win the 4v5, and now have control of the map for the nighttime, and they're going to be grabbing seeds and get a guaranteed plant terror. Team Acer will be spawning in the shortest time of 17 seconds. Unfortunately, it is Brightwing, so she doesn't have anyone to teleport to. But they should be able to sneak onto the map, maybe steal some seeds, but currently, HotsLogs Elite are too busy clearing waves. They're clearing waves and heading B, and they're not concentrating on grabbing seeds because they don't want to get caught out when Acer come back up. They probably have the time. They are taking this very casually, very slowly. They don't want to make any unnecessarily risky moves. We are seeing Sonera using his classic Arthas tankiness to take this Terror on his own. And now with Liquid and Hoss returning, gonna have no trouble in clearing that up. Whereas the rest of Acer, very unsure where to be on the map right now. They finally cleared their top lane, which was taking a lot of damage, and they are now grouping up to take this easy camp and start taking some seeds of their own. HotsLogs Elite also beginning to regroup. We are seeing Sonera and Kerrigan will soon be on the way. Kerrigan is going to be the one taking the plant terror, and they're going to roll up to this top lane to try and meet Acer again and see if they can extend their lead. Level 20 talents available for both teams. Pretty standard stuff. We see the Storm Shield from Brightwing, Annihilating Spirit from Nazeebo, and Sonera getting completely out of position and wiped out. Divine Hurricane coming out from A-Pony. Shrink Ray was used on him, but he does not care. Kendrick Swish is completely out of position here with Liquid, but they are continuing to fight here. Gordon is gonna get burst out if he's not careful. Pops his first aid, but the Ravenous Spirit will kill him off. And it's now Liquid fighting basically the entire team here. Kendrick is out. He is Aldi. Hoss is in the background trying to just get any kind of blinding winds off he can to try and keep his teammates alive and just try and slow down Acer in any way, shape or form. They continue to engage here. Greedout's actually being dropped very low. Needs to be very careful about being punched by Liquid here. He gets punched once, but his speed boosted himself again. He has block. He will be able to get out of there thanks to his own passive, the Fairy Dust. And he is actually going to survive and keep his team alive here. HotsLogs Elite, though, very impressive, were able to push back the 5 versus 3 fight here. But now, with that Plant Terror gone, I don't see any way they could win another fight here. But instead, we're going to see Acer, once again, playing the objective game rather than the diving for kills and chasing game. And they're going to take this Plant Terror. Green out, hovering around here, making sure that he has vision. And he saw the fact that he was Oracled. He knows Tastar is nearby. So he's going to help his team clear this up as quick as possible. And down it goes. Terra now available for Team Acer. Have a drink of water there. Lovely. So yeah, pretty standard ults out of everyone on the board. HotsLogs Elite, incredibly standard. We're seeing the Legion of Northrend from Arthas. The Twilight Archon out of Tassadar. The Jug of 1 million cups coming out of Lily, which is a lot of healing, and it heals 2 targets. And we have the bigger button attackers. The Bolt of the Storm may be debatable on Kerrigan thanks to the shield from the ultimate, but it's very nice to help her escape. But she has gone down quite a few times here. There we go. She has got engaged upon and didn't even have time to use Bolt of the Storm this time. Hoss desperately trying to get away from any form of CC to stop himself from losing his ultimate, but it is now all used up. Gordon trying to drop as much damage as he can. Sonera is on the run. Kendrick Swish is a plant, and he is backing up. Hollow is just going so ham with this. With Kerrigan already down again, we are seeing the Acer playing very aggressive. Breed out being dropped quite low there, but gets healed up by Ufa. There are some mercenaries in the top lane for HotsLogs Elite here. So, but however, as the announcer lady just said, Blue Team's core is under attack, but those catapults are killed off very quickly. We are seeing Team Acer, though, using the lack of Kerrigan here as a dive for the core, or at least a chance to maybe see if they can pick someone off here. They're just going to use the terror as they can. There's the Divine Hurricane. Gordon goes down, and this could be a victory for Team Acer with Gordon down. This could be it. We need Hoss and Tassadar and Sonera to pull off something amazing here, but they have no damage. Tassadar is not doing enough damage on his own, and this should be GG. Acer will take this, and they will move on to, I believe, the semi-finals, which I believe will make them a qualified team for the ESL Major Series. Let me double check the bracket for that. And yes, it is. This was the quarterfinal, and the top 4 teams do go through. So it is going to be Acer heading on to be one of the qualified teams. Currently, Beat Our Bakers are already qualified, as well as 3D Max Hots. The only other match going on right now is We Are Not Prepared versus SK Gaming. That will be the final member of the ESL Go4Heroes Major Series. And then I cannot wait to see what happens there. We have some amazing teams in that. Should be a very good tournament. So, very well played by Team Acer. Commiserations to HotsLogs Elite. And thank you all very much for watching. This will be the last game from the Go4Heroes monthly final in January that I will be casting. So, thank you all for watching, and see you all